Salute Gilles, in honour of Canada's greatest Grand Prix driver, Gilles Villeneuve, on Montreal's unique island circuit in the St. Lawrence Seaway. A circuit that's hard on brakes, tough on fuel consumption, and the scene of a Grand Prix that could change the order of the World Championship. On a track where outright power and good aerodynamics are the name of the game, Williams-Renault drivers Alain Prost and Damon Hill have to be the favourites. Prost's unbroken run of pole positions is maintained in Canada, with a time nearly a second faster than Ayrton Senna's 1992 record. But Senna unexpectedly leads the championship after 3 superb wins in a series which looks more and more as though either he or Prost will end up as number 1 for 1993. Ayrton is struggling in Montreal, though, starting 8th in his McLaren Ford, his worst grid position since 107 races ago. 27 years ago, this man, popular New Zealander Bruce McLaren, started his first Grand Prix in his own car. Now, the great team he founded is headed by Ron Dennis, and if McLaren win today, they'll equal Ferrari's all-time record of 103 victories. But it looks unlikely. Jean Alesi and Gerhard Berger are driving V12 Ferraris that have been getting better and better after a long time in the doldrums, and they both start ahead of Senna. 5th and 6th on the grid, the team's best this year. But virtually all the teams in Montreal are shell-shocked by an edict from the race stewards that they're running illegal cars. Their active suspension and traction control systems, on which millions of pounds have been spent, are against the rules, it says. You can race here, but we're notifying the governing body. But whatever, it's the 5th Williams grid front row of the year, and a record 7th consecutive pole for Prost. Followed by Benetton's best of the season too, 3rd and 4th. It's Ferrari's best too, 5th and 6th, and Martin Brundle's 7th in his Ligier. It's Senna's worst since Austria 1986. Marc Blundell is 10th for Ligier, Michael Andretti is down at 12th, Rubens Barrichello an excellent 14th for Jordan, Derek Warwick an unhappy 18th in his footwork, 2 places ahead of an equally unhappy Johnny Herbert. Luca Badoer starts 25th and last for Lola, as his teammate Michele Alboreto failed to qualify. Michael Andretti being pushed into the pit lane from the starting grid. He wasn't able to get away, and that means to say that he's going to have to start from the pit lane, maybe in the spare car. I can't tell you because I can't see the pit lane, but they'll either get his own car going, but they have to do it very quickly indeed, because here they are coming up onto the grid, ready to start round 7 of the 16-race World Championship Series of 1993 on the Gilles Villeneuve circuit of Montreal in Canada. It's on a man-made island, and Prost is obviously the favourite because his pole position time was nearly a second faster than Ayrton Senna's pole position record time last year. Andretti can't get the second car going, and it looks as though the unfortunate American is a non-starter. Although I have no doubt that they will be working very hard on his car to try and get him away. Anyway, concentrate on the starting grid. Alain Prost to the right in pole position for the 7th time this year in 7 races. He's been in pole position for every one of them. The green at the back shows they're ready to go. Damon Hill on the left, and behind Alain Prost, the lights go to green. A beautiful start by the Ferrari, a very bad start by one of the Benettons.
I think that was Damon Hill who got away first. He got a little bit wide on the exit to the right, but Damon made a beautiful start.
Yes, indeed. So there is the Williams, followed by Prost, followed by the 2 Ferraris. Ayrton Senna is up into 5th position. It's Hill leading. Prost is in 2nd position. It is Berger 3rd, Alesi 4th. Ayrton Senna is in 5th position, and Martin Brundle is challenging for 6th place. He's starting 7th on the grid. He's got Schumacher in front of him, Patrese behind him. So Martin Brundle has already made up a place by passing Riccardo Patrese, and we're riding with the Benetton now of Michael Schumacher, or we were. And that's Martin Brundle's Ligier ahead. Martin loves this circuit. He nearly won the Canadian Grand Prix last year when he was driving for Benetton. And Andretti is still in the pit lane as Senna comes right up alongside the Ferrari.
Yes, Senna really charging. And made a terrific start. He has not got the line, but he's taking it side by side, but he's got the line for the left-hand bit, and Senna goes through into 4th place.
Well, so much for the theory that Ayrton Senna might be taking it comparatively easily. He's charging. Hill leads, Prost second, Berger is in 3rd position, Ayrton Senna in the McLaren with the lightweight Ford engine is in 4th position. We're with him now, and that is the Ferrari of Gerhard Berger in front, and Alain Prost is trying to catch Damon Hill. There are no team orders, of course, in the Williams-Renault team. And if Damon Hill can stay ahead, he's got every right to do so. Prost will be trying to stop him. The Frenchman is in 2nd place in the World Championship and wants the points by getting ahead of Senna, who is now right on the rear wing of Gerhard Berger's Ferrari.
Yes, Senna obviously taking a charge in the opening lap to try and get as many places up as he can from his grid position, and he's already made an outstanding 4 places from 8th on the grid. He was in 5th place at the first corner, and he is charging. Look, he's holding the Ferrari for power. He's going to have a look. And Senna is going down the inside, and he's through. Senna into 3rd place.
At the east hairpin, so he's only got the 2 Williams-Renaults in front of him now. Now he's going to have a job to catch them, particularly as Berger is carrying the McLaren Ford. Gerhard Berger in the Ferrari, which has been patiently worked on all season by John Barnard, Harvey Postlethwaite and the rest of the Ferrari people. They're much better. Alesi is ahead of Schumacher, who is just ahead of Patrese, who is just ahead of Martin Brundle as they go through, and they are now on their 3rd lap in this 69-lap Canadian Grand Prix. And here's a replay of Senna going through on the inside. He forces his way up alongside Gerhard Berger on the 1st gear, 30 mile an hour east hairpin, and they're accelerating away now around the rest of the lap.
Yes, and I was a little bit surprised to see Gerhard Berger leave the door open and not make Senna go round the outside there. But they, of course, were teammates for several years, and it may be that Berger felt that this was an irresistible charge by Senna, as Damon Hill coolly leading. Prost has now played himself in. But, as I say, Berger may have well felt that he couldn't fend Senna off indefinitely, and therefore it was better to let him go before it all got a bit so exciting. But certainly an absolutely stunning first 3 laps from Ayrton Senna, with a car that he struggled with all weekend, but still, when the green light came on, he found inspiration.
And this weird picture is looking back from 2 cameras on Damon Hill's car. You can see how the active suspension, which is being outlawed incidentally, works, and you can see how absolutely stable the chassis is, and you can see in the background Alain Prost's Williams, and as James says, Alain Prost has played himself in now. He's leading by they're ahead of Senna by some 2 seconds. And Hill, well, that half a second is academic, because Prost is basically in the slipstream of Damon Hill's Williams-Renault. They're on lap 4 with, behind them in 3rd position, of course, Ayrton Senna, previous winner twice. And that's the fastest lap, 1 minute 25.3. That's 3 seconds outside the lap record, but very early in the race with a full fuel load.
Yes, and Prost now has caught Damon Hill until he can get past. His pace will be controlled by Hill, but the interesting thing now is to see if Senna is closing that gap. It was 3.5 seconds between him and Prost when they last crossed the line. He seemed to have made some impression on the Williamses on his first lap past the Ferraris. And he's certainly pulling away from the 2 much revived Ferraris at a most impressive speed. Now, a replay here from on board Schumacher's car, attacking one of the Ferraris, probably a lazy, with Berger in front of him, and Schumacher makes it through under braking for the chicane. Well controlled out-braking manoeuvre.
Lap 5, race order, of course, Damon Hill leading, Prost is second, Senna is in third position, in fourth position it's Gerhard Berger, fifth behind him is Michael Schumacher, and you can see the German now sawing away, trying to get past the Ferrari in front of him. Then it is Jean Alesi who is in sixth place. In seventh position it is Riccardo Patrese. In eighth position it's Martin Brundle, who's dropped a place therefore. In ninth position it's Philippe Alliot going extremely well in the Larousse with the Lamborghini engine. And you watch Damon Hill. I say again, no team orders. Prost has got to fight his way past the Englishman, who has already led 3 Grand Prix this year.